lovers, the moon is a thing of beauty. But to this man it is a deadly curse. When the moon is full, this miserable wretch turns into a hairy, snarling half-man, half-beast. Prowls the night, his fangs thirsty for human blood. He is a werewolf.
Okay. Hello and welcome to the Werewolf by Night podcast, the show where we talk about Marvel's number one lycanthrope, Jack Russell, aka the Werewolf, aka the Beast, aka the Shaggy One, also known as Russell Jackson. I'm your co-host, Matt Howell.
I'm your other host, Jacob Balcom.
I'm extremely excited this week, listeners, because we have two guests for Marvel by the Month. We have Brian and Rob. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Thank you. Yeah, excited.
I've made it known on the show that I'm not a big comics podcast guy. I'm more of a politics guy and like a cryptids kind of guy, I guess. True crime. But Jacob turned me on to you guys, and now I'm I know, and I'm completely into the show now. So I listen to it as a religious listener. So love the show, love it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I mean, right back at you. I love the fact that Portland has spawned a handful of folks who just decide that we're going to do these exhaustive deep dive Marvel podcasts. And we all kind of came up with the ideas independently and then all found each other. And it's what a great, weird community to be a part of.
100% agreed. I also believe this might be a first, Jacob. Is this our first 4-person episode?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
So without a net.
I know. Yeah, totally. We're in uncharted waters right now.
Yeah.
But just in case anyone listening hasn't heard Marvel by the Month, I mean, you guys are my favorite comic podcast. I have to say, just right off the bat, like you have some of the greatest guests you have since the beginning. I mean, you get just the biggest names, like whatever big name you can think of, you guys have gotten it. And I love those episodes. I do. But I gotta say, the ones where it's just the three of you, I laugh so much and I enjoy like just you guys just letting your hair down. There's a lot to let down. And you guys just have so much fun. And Jamie is so great. And yeah, like I love all the episodes, but I just want to make sure you guys aren't ever self-conscious about not having a guest, because those are kind of my favorite shows.
Yeah,
That's
totally.
great.
Before I'm gonna let you guys just breathe in a second, but like I'm with you, man. Like I'm a newcomer, I'm an acolyte, but like it's either like, Stephen Bissett, like you're gonna learn all this amazing fucking shit from a fucking vet pro, or you're gonna have the coolest hang with the coolest comics guys ever. So it's never like there's a bad choice out of the batch. It's either one or the other. So I'm with Jacob. I love both of them, but for the unlucky folks who have not yet checked you guys out, can Rob or Brian, can either of you describe what the premise of the show is and how it works?
Sure. What we do is we started in August of 1961, and we read 1 month of Marvel Comics each week, all the superhero stuff. So we take you through the history of Marvel Comics 1 month at a time, and hence the name. It's kind of on the nose, Marvel by the Month. But we've now read, I don't even know how many thousand comic books. And we have just reached 1972 recently. We also talk to creators. We talk to people adjacent to the field. And we've had, like you've said, a great opportunity, thanks to Brian doing a lot of networking work and bookings to get some pros, and we've accidentally become comics historians along the way. I think that's what happens when you get too interested in a thing.
Yeah. We're accidental historians. This may be of interest to your listeners, but as Rob said, we've just hit 1972, which means we're about a year into Marvel's horror revival. The Comics Code has just been revised in 1971, so we have started doing these occasional episodes called Monster by the Month, where we dive into, a selection of, the monster horror comics, your your Morbiuses, your Werewolves by Night. We just did the beginning of Tomb of Dracula. You guys joined us for the debut of Werewolf by Night, which was a blast to record. Yeah, I mean, it's fun. Like we started this out as an idea when Marvel Unlimited first came out, and like suddenly it felt like you had the ability. It's like I could read every single Marvel comic, and I said, Rob, wouldn't it be great if we just read every single Marvel comic? And we thought it was a really good idea. And now, we're 175 episodes in, and we're like, oh no, I mean, I think this is what we do now. So.
do you ever reach the end of a year and feel like the boulder's just rolling down the hill, and it's just like, okay, we're gonna take a couple weeks off.
Yeah.
Well, but you guys are actually, now you've finally, I mean, you've talked about it for 50 episodes, how you just were waiting till the early 70s. You were both basically just waiting for the code restrictions to lift so you could have monsters. Like that has been the long-term goal for, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but maybe for the whole show. Yeah.
It was definitely like one of those signposts, I mean, there's a real dry spell between I was going to say Kirby leaving, but I mean, Kirby kind of sort of creatively checked out a year or two before he actually left Marvel. And so that you've got that on sort of one pole, and then you've got the code restrictions being lifted, and then Marvel figuring out, it's like, well, so what can we do with this? But yeah, like our current season, which is going to wrap up by the end of October, it's going to end with Stan Lee no longer being a writer at Marvel. He just transitions fully into his publisher role. So it's interesting to watch the evolution of the company and just, kind of understand this stuff in a way that you kind of can't unless you directly experience all of it. And I don't necessarily recommend directly experiencing all of it.
No, Douglas Wolk specifically says not to do exactly what we're doing.
That's the moral of all the Marvels. It's nearly in the preface, I think.
Don't smoke morning glory seeds, but it's really fucking crazy if you do it. And you, like you said, Stan's walking away, right? Like in 70, like next season. So it's like, that's when like all the young dudes who like grew up reading the late Atlas stuff and the early Marvel stuff are like dropping acid, smoking dope, and coming in and doing stuff. And Stan walks away, and that's when like it's like when Fred Trump had dementia and they just gave him a phone that wasn't plugged into anything in a desk, and he just got to like run the business, air quotes. But he's off there, doing TV deals, and this is when it gets really good. And like one of your guests that we poached, Joe Keating, described this era as the Grindhouse Marvel era, when it's kung fu, like whatever's popular and whatever, you can do is violent or salacious or interesting. As far as they can push it, they're going to do it. This is my like golden area. That's why we're changing the show to Bronze Age Monsters. I mean, I just love this stuff. So I'm so happy for you guys. And I'm selfishly excited that you're in that era now, because I love the early stuff. And there's that fallow period, like you're talking about, the 68, 69, where it's just kind of like going through the motions, zombie Simpsons kind of thing. And then something magical happens when the code gets relaxed. And I wake up again.
Yeah. Well, and one of the magical things that happens is some of the new talent that comes in. I mean, we have just seen in the last couple of months a young Steve Englehart doing his first credited Marvel stories. And of course, we'll be looking at one of his masterpieces on this episode. But yeah, I mean, just like seeing, it's like, oh yeah, here's this name who I recognize, who I have known of forever, and I've read a ton of his stuff, and it's like, this is the very first thing that he did. It's cool to have those moments.
So I just have to say, for any of our listeners who want an entry point into Marvel by the Month, Matt, you mentioned it, the episode where you had Steve Bissett on. I swear to God, it's like a 45-minute stretch where all he does is break down nearly panel by panel an issue of Werewolf by Night or Marvel Spotlight.
Yeah.
I was just like, I could not believe what I was hearing. And it just kept going too.
Yeah, we couldn't either. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, he was kind of, like some other guests that you have, that just wind him up and let him go. And you guys can just kind of get a cup of coffee and do,
make a sandwich.
Do whatever. But man, I mean, he just kept tying it to more obscure werewolf films and just doing all this. And he's Steve Bissett, so the guy's a fucking genius. So I'll listen to him talk about anything. But listening to him talk about Werewolf by Night was just a delight. So I have to thank you guys for that.
Yeah,
Oh.
I recommend it. We don't have a lot to do with it other than some prompts and walking through it, but he knows, as you said, he knows his horror films. He could compare one panel to us and name the specific Hammer horror film that it was referencing. You know, he did that repeatedly, and every time he did it, my jaw dropped. There was no time to make a sandwich. I was just busy.
Yeah,
standing
you could not speak my language more than like Hammer meets Bronze Age Marvel. Like you might as well, if you did it through Seinfeld and Arrested Development gifs, that might be the Twin Peaks gifs. That'd be the perfect way to do it. But other than that, like Jesus Christ, I think we're naked, our auras are intermingling right now.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful stuff. And folks, if you want to check them out on Patreon, there are extended episodes that are extremely long and even awesomer. So, like, I love getting the full uncut conversation with that too. So, tell them where they can go to find that.
Oh yeah, it's just patreon.com/Marvel by the month. And yeah, the Bissett episode is terrific. It's like 45 minutes longer than the public version. I think we talk about one more issue. I think the Werewolf by Night issue might have been in the Patreon, and then the first two Tomb of Draculas are in the Patreon and the public version. But also, if you want to know where good places to buy alternative comics were in Vermont in the mid 70s,
that's also in the extended version. Yeah.
So he's great. I mean, I grew up in Vermont, and he's a native Vermonter also, and like in the 90s, I would drive, if I heard that Steve Bissett was going to be at a con or if he was going to be giving a talk somewhere, like I would drive all over the state and drag my friends with me. And he's just like, I have enjoyed listening to him hold court for, 30 years now, and having the chance to do it one more time on my show was like awesome. So it's like, it's everything you could hope for if you are the sort of person who gets excited about doing things like this.
Yeah, but I'm always down to hear about from the previous generation about the comics world before, because like I lived in a small town, so I bought off a spinner rack in 7-Eleven, and then I found out there was a comic shop in the neighboring town, again, two small logging towns in Oregon on the coast. And so like I went and I was like, oh my God, there's stores that just have comic books in them, and some of them are old. And then like, so like when I hear people talking about like the underground comic scene or like what it was like in the early 70s, cons, hearing about conventions before like the before Wizard is fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like that's like the internet organic, like it's a real thing happening. So I mean, I always love hearing people talk about comics business before I was born. It's fascinating to me.
Same.
Mm-hmm. It's now become fascinating to me. I didn't know it was going to be such an interest when we started this, honestly. Now I read creator bios left and right, and Brian has just sucked me into his crazy history world.
Best world there is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought we were just going to read comics. That's easy.
No.
I know how to do that.
No, Rob, this is a job.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is a full-time job.
This is a mission. This is a mission now. Yeah.
It is. Have we, are we spoiling anything by jumping ahead to 1985 right now?
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I guess. I mean, I say no spoiler alerts for anything that's been in print for 37 years.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Gwen Stacy dies, guys.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
But Norman does not nail her.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
winking right now because that's not been whatever years, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I brought us all down. God damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why, Matt? Why?
So let's switch it up. Let's switch it up. A couple things before we jump into this issue. We started a Discord server, which has been so much fun. Like 2 weeks ago, I started it, and a bunch of a bunch of listeners to the show and friends of ours have jumped on. And it's been so fun just having threads talking about what we're reading, what we're listening to, what we're watching. We started a 31 Days of Horror for Halloween thread. So I'm going to throw a link to that in the notes because links only exist for 7 days and then they expire. So there will be one in the show notes. If you want to join us on there and just kind of lurk or chat or whatever, check it out. It's been a super blast. And that's why I've been kind of not tweeting as much. Probably for my benefit, really. I haven't told Ethan Van Sciver to fuck himself for like 2 weeks.
Wow. He must be getting so lonely.
I know.
I mean, I kind of gathered he was, but yeah.
By definition. Yeah.
So that's cool. And also we have voicemail, which we've been enjoying this season, getting calls from people who have advice about stuff we should listen to or feedback on the episodes we just reviewed. So that's 971-220-5865 or 971-220-JUNK. If you want to call in and leave a message, let us know what you're thinking. We'd love to play it on the show. Okay, so I'm ready for this issue because this is something. I want to jump into one. I want to talk to you guys about West Coast Avengers so much because I have so many feelings. But let's just do the cover first. So this is West Coast Avengers number 5, and this is cover dated February 1986. Now, the last time we saw Jack was in Spider-Woman 50, which was June of 83. So he's been on the shelf almost 3 years, which is a shame because usually somebody dusts him off and just does something with him. But 3 years, man, that's a long time. That was the most he'd been inactive, I think, ever since he existed.
Yeah, it's definitely the longest break that we've had from Jack.
So this cover here, folks, there's a solid black field, and there's much like if you've seen the Moon Knight number 29 issue, that famous, beautiful, iconic Sienkiewicz cover, this is like that, but its mom drank a lot and smoked 3 packs a day.
When he was in the womb. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Prenatal. So there's some angry eyes and some teeth coming out of the darkness, and we see Silver Suit Iron Man, one of my least favorite iterations.
Oh, yeah.
Tigra, Hawkeye, Wonder Man, and Mockingbird all trying to avoid his spray of drool coming out of his maw and bearing down to fight him. They're small. He's kaiju. They're small. And there's a pun, which I love puns so much. So on the top it says, pray with an E for the werewolf, pray with an A for the Avengers.
That's
Up and
highbrow,
at 'em.
Matt.
A delicious pun. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it because it's so. All I can think about is 29 of Moon Knight. So
I know. No, I mean
Rob, no, Jacob, start. Somebody's got to.
I was just gonna say, so it's art by Al Milgrom and Joe Sinnott. Like that's the thing. Like Joe Sinnott inks the cover and the whole issue, and you can kind of see it, I guess. But also, I mean, I don't really think Joe Sinnott did any terrible work really ever, and he worked in comics for I think literally 100 years. So I mean, I don't know, but yeah, Matt, this it was just maybe a month and a half ago that you and I talked about Moon Knight 29. And I think in that episode, we said that I felt like that was one of the greatest comic covers of the 80s. Probably top 3, honestly, of any comic. And so, to see it lampooned almost. Like, is this an issue of crazy? Like, did I don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I see Mike Zeck's Cap and Wolverine clashing. Like, when you say 80s covers, that's the first thing, then that Sienkiewicz cover, and then this. This is number 3.
This looks like what I was drawing in, the mainly the face and the teeth in middle school on Peaches when I wasn't drawing Eddie from Iron Maiden. I didn't want to try to figure out the nose, so we'll just keep that out. I love that also Hawkeye is he's the only one stepping and kneeling right in the spit. He's in the slobber.
Yep.
He's the leader. He's taking one for the team. But maybe this, maybe him stepping in the drool, kneeling in the drool, explains why he's such a dick for the whole issue.
Because he's rabid.
Because he's rabid, or maybe he's just an asshole. I don't know. So we need to move into this issue because we have so much to say.
Okay. Oh yes,
I do think that Simon Williams shat his pants though. He looks like he has a full ID.
Yeah. Oh man, he is loaded. Yeah.
Yep.
He does.
Loaded for bear.
Oh man. Okay, so opening page. The title of our story is Ins and Outs, and our cast of creators are Steve Englehart story, Al Milgrom pencils, Joe Sinnott inks, Janice Chang letters, Petra Scotzi colors. We will know Petra from Werewolf by Night.
Scotise? I'm sorry.
Scotise, yes. Yeah. Sorry, it's Scotise. And we knew her better as Petra Goldberg, who was our favorite colorist. I think one of the most influential colorists of the 70s. Yeah. And so, So we got that. We got Petra. So I was excited about that.
I was stoked.
And Mark Grunwald is the editor. We love him.
Hooray.
Jim Shooter's the chief. So many mixed feelings about that guy.
Yep.
But
he's the one that looks like Dauber from Coach, right?
Yeah. A 7-foot Dauber from Coach. Yeah. So, okay. Just for people listening who may not totally be familiar, I think we're all pretty familiar with Steve Englehart, but for those who may not be, his first major work at Marvel was a run writing Amazing Adventures when the Beast was the main character. And you guys just started going through those, right?
We just started that.
Just a couple episodes ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, and he writes, I think, around 5 issues of that run, if I'm correct. And then he goes on to write the Defenders, the Avengers, later on Captain America. I think he's the first guy that made Doctor Strange the Sorcerer Supreme, if I'm correct.
I think you're right.
The old one. And yeah, really, I mean, if you read Sean Howe's Marvel history book that we talk about endlessly, there's great stories in there about Englehart and Starlin, just walking around New York just as high as any human being has ever been. and yeah, coming up with all these stories, having it fuel all of their stories. And there's lots of cool shit that Steve Englehart did in the 70s, like lots of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But,
I mean,
yeah.
I was just going to say, like, we've seen, writers make their debuts doing Marvel by the month. We've seen Roy Thomas's early stuff. We've seen Jerry Conway's early stuff. I gotta say, like, and I think Rob shares this opinion, but like, I feel like Englehart just came in swinging, and like so far he's just like a force of nature. Like, it's not at all shocking to me that he winds up being handed some of the biggest books pretty quickly in his career. Because he's just like, he takes the Beast, which, I know this is not everyone shares this opinion, but I would say he's like maybe the 4th or 5th least interesting of the original X-Men, and like snaps his fingers, and all of a sudden, like, he's got him, positioned squarely in the horror archetype that they're going for. And it's just like, the character is super exciting. He's thinking everything through in a level of detail that other writers, we haven't seen them do. And he's telling these like really compelling character dramas at the same time. It's awesome.
And in this case, I don't miss we're out of the era that we're in now, where everyone, Jerry Conway, Roy Thomas, and Steve Englehart are all trying to prose each other. Everything is rough. It's like a drunken version of a noir movie narration, like it's just the detective overdub describing everything. Yeah,
gets a little florid in there. Yeah.
So Englehart Brunner, isn't that a classic Strange run in the 70s?
Yes. Yeah. And that's the stuff that I've read the most. Englehart went on, he would move over to DC for a while. He did a very famous Batman run.
Yes.
That is pretty amazing. That I'm sure we've all at least read some stuff about that. He's at DC for a while, and then he kind of comes back to Marvel right around this time. I think around the time of the book that we're talking about tonight. Englehart is doing the Vision and Scarlet Witch series and West Coast Avengers. I think those are his main 2 books for Marvel. He's doing some stuff for Epic. He's doing a little bit of stuff here and there, but I think these are his 2 main books for now.
Yeah, he kind of always seems to orbit the Avengers. I mean, it's where he makes his name in the 70s. Like, his Avengers run is brilliant, and I can't wait until we get into it. But he does the Avengers Defenders War. So yeah, I mean, this is kind of very much coming home for him.
I neglected to ask this question on the cover. What are both of your, or Jacob, you as well? We've talked about it a bit on the show here and there briefly, but what is your relationship with West Coast Avengers as a title?
Oh, well, I have it. I have this issue in my basement. I have all of them. Yeah. So I read West Coast Avengers from start to cancel to start to cancel.
Were you reading the main title as well, or was this like I'm on the West Coast, so I should read this one?
No, main title as well. I wasn't being a coastal. But it is. My brother and I were so excited to have this sort of B team Avengers. when we were kids, and then I hadn't read it for quite a while, and here we are at issue number 5.
Yep.
I remember we're probably all about the same age, because I remember like when issue 4, the previous issue came out, and it's like, well, there's a guy called Master Pandemonium, and somehow his limbs become demons, and he has like a pentagram shaped hole in his torso or something. Like, I mean, I thought it was cool, and like, of course, being a 10 or 11, I was like, anything that's like, it's a low number. Like this, I'm getting in at the ground floor here, guys. But I didn't like it either. So, Brian, talk to me.
I Avengers was my gateway drug into comic books, basically. Just grabbing, Avengers back issues out of the Diamond quarter box in the comic store in my hometown. So like, as I was discovering more Marvel, it was all, solo Avengers characters. And then, when the West Coast Avengers started up, I'm sure I bought this issue. Like, I know that I have read this issue at least twice in my life. So, it's, I mean, it was always an interesting team. And I think at the time there was a perception that they were the B team, but like, as a kid, I never thought of them as that, as like, how can they be the B team? They've got Iron Man, founding
member.
Yeah, exactly. Even as a kid, I was not a huge Hawkeye fan, but it's like, but West Coast Avengers was what like fooled me into thinking that Wonder Man was a great character. And then, I realized the error of my ways.
Yeah. But that's I mean, it's kind of like saying like, maybe Tony drank so much that he could have started the Great Lakes Avengers. Like, it doesn't mean anything per se.
So for me, I absolutely read this book. I absolutely bought this issue. I think when I got my first box, which was at a store called House of Fantasy in Gresham, Oregon, and I think that this was one of the first titles that I added to my box, and I loved it. I loved this book as a kid. And I gotta say, rereading this, it really made me question a lot of my childhood choices in a lot of ways. That's why I was just like, okay, was I like a contrarian kid that was like, fuck it, I'm gonna read I'm not like everyone else. I'm different, man. I'm gonna read the weird kind of shitty Avengers book, and that's what I'm gonna hang my hat on.
It's not all Craven's Last Hunt and
no, it isn't. And Craven's Last Hunt is
miniseries.
which the Avengers and Spider-Man were my huge books. Those are the first ones that I got in my box. And so I remember loving West Coast Avengers. And now I have to kind of have some self-reflection time now after rereading this.
So for me, there was this book in our shitty mall, Pony Village, called, I don't know what the fuck it was called, but they had these books, like this weird box of like old comics, and they would take a magic marker and cover over the barcode in the lower left corner. And you could get those for like 50 or whatever the half the price was back then, So this was kind of like the consolation prize. Like, shit, I got Spider-Man and I got whatever, and I have like 62 cents left. I can get 2 West Coast Avengers. And then I go get a gyro and some curly fries and read this and think, what the fuck is this? So I always hated it, but I have a shocking amount of these, like with that magic marker over the barcode. So yeah, I've read a lot of these. This is surprisingly one I did not read, though. I have the ones around it. So these guys were just losers to me, and I just thought they were weird. Can someone briefly explain? I'm not an Avengers guy. I never fully understood Simon Williams.
Me neither, really. Like, I don't get him.
Yeah, I mean, so he's an industrialist who experimented on himself, gave himself, or he embezzled. No, he's an industrialist. He embezzled from his own company. He got arrested. He got convicted, and then Baron Zemo broke him out of the original Baron Zemo, broke him out of jail, and experimented on him to make him super. And then had him infiltrate the Avengers. This is what, like, Avengers number 6 or something like that.
Yeah, really early on.
Yeah. The treatment made him, basically he needed to go back to Zemo every 7 days to get a booster, or he would die.
Like a Bane thing, except for he was a bomb. Yeah.
Exactly.
So he was a spy junkie.
Yeah. So he became an Avenger to set them up for the Masters of Evil. He at the last second decides this is not the person I am, and he betrays Zemo to save the Avengers, dies in the process. And so that was originally the story. And then his brain waves wind up being the Vision's brain.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're the print for
So
the Vision's
he was
brain.
Power Man back then, right? When he was
No, there was
No?
a Power Man, but it wasn't Luke
Oh.
Cage. Yeah, there was a Power Man who was like a generic strong guy villain,
Oh,
but
I
he
thought
was
he was
always
Simon Williams.
Wonder Man. Yeah, he was always
Oh,
Wonder
okay.
Man. Mhm.
When did he have the safari, the red safari thing with the ascot?
I think that's a little later than this.
That's later.
I think it's a
Oh
later
my
look.
God.
Is it? Or
There's
is
like
it?
6 issues from now. He gets that cool. That he goes back to the green and red, and
Oh,
he has the
right.
little yellow jetpacks on his back. I
Oh,
love
God,
that
yeah.
look.
Yes. Yeah. No,
Okay.
his first look is it's a Don Heck original. He looks like a Christmas ornament. I mean, that's
Don
really
Heck.
what
Noticed a
I-
happy
yes.
hour.
Yeah. But yeah, he has. I think Simon Williams. Not to start a fight here, Matt. I think he's never had a good costume, and it's amazing because they've tried everything on this guy, and nothing has quite ever worked. Like they've never made something you want to buy an action figure of. So
But he's
I
still
love
another
that green
hero,
one.
much like Jacob's point. Like he's such a sort of dumb hero that my brother and I loved him. Like we just wanted to listen to the unlistenable bands, and we wanted to root for. I hung my hat on Alpha Flight the whole time. And West Coast Avengers, anything. It was just like any underdog, dumb comic, especially after we've been reading these already for, I don't know, 7-8 years since the 70s X-Men. So this was just crazy. We just loved whatever was not quite working. And by, the late 80s, I was already burning out on superheroes and looking for whatever else would happen. And luckily Vertigo happened. So
I thought you were going to say
yeah.
Wetworks.
Yeah, or the Tick. Yeah.
Because when Tony started Wetworks, I was really back in.
Yeah.
Okay, one last question before we dive into this for reals. Because folks, if you're not reading along with us, the team currently is Tigra, Mockingbird, who is married to Hawkeye, Tony Stark, and Simon Williams, Wonder Man. And they we find out soon that they have an open spot. But last question is, I always knew that Vision's mind was based on Simon Williams' brainwaves. Who made Vision? Is that Hank, or is that
That's Ultron.
Ultron made
Vision.
He's like the grandkid of Hank.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah,
actually
he's
like
Hank-
the Age of Ultron actually followed the story a tiny bit. Okay,
Yeah.
I mean in the okay,
I know.
A little bit.
I always thought Hank
Yeah.
was his daddy, but Ultron's technically his daddy, so he's actually Hank's grandson.
Hank's grandkid. Yep.
Creepy. Okay,
Yeah.
And Simon is technically his brother. Like that becomes a thing in like the Vision Scarlet Witch series. Like, it's
weird.
it's a messed up family tree. Yep.
Yeah, the Grim Reaper's in there too. Simon's actual
Don't even
brother.
search for the names
Yeah.
on Pornhub because you don't even want to know.
All right, well, that is a good segue to our opening page, which is a full page illustration of it's like the Avengers West Coast Avengers conference room, and Simon Williams, Wonder Man, is in the front of it. He's in the foreground, and we got Hawkeye just yelling at him. And spoiler, Hawkeye's just going to yell at everybody for the entire issue. I mean, it's kind of his deal.
Yeah.
With West Coast Avengers, and I kind of like that in a way, looking at it, because he's a leader that was never confident in his ability to lead. Like he just never knew how to do it. And every time he does something, you're like, okay, that's what I'm not going to do if I have to lead like a group of people. That's just, I'm not going to do that.
Oh yeah,
So,
he's like every douchebag in Silicon Valley who took all the wrong lessons from Steve Jobs. It's like, well, if I'm an asshole, I'll be super successful. It's like, no, if you're super successful, you can get away with being an asshole.
Yeah, it's big overcompensating dad or coach vibes. Yeah.
Yeah.
like,
Tony Stark's
sort of-
helmet's on, so he can't he can't see his eyes rolling the entire time.
Yeah. Hawkeye's yelling at Wonder Man. He's like, Simon Williams, Wonder Man, I've never been a big one for discipline myself, but after the way you've acted, I want to hear why we shouldn't toss you out of the Avengers forever. And so we got Tigra looking kind of amusingly pissed, weird. Like Tigra's just got weird vibes this whole issue.
Mhm.
Mockingbird looks like a wax statue. And Iron Man, like even through his iron mask, he looks like he has a stomach ache. Like
his posture is like that.
his posture, he's just like, fuck, how long is this meeting gonna last? Yeah, this I felt like this opening page really just kind of laid the whole issue out for you. The dynamics, the interpersonal things. It's like it's all right here.
And very on brand for the Avengers. If the Avengers love anything, it's sitting around a table yelling at each other.
Yeah,
with,
I could
with
only
voting.
Yeah, I could only imagine all the parliamentary procedure took place. So this is like an hour into the meeting, and now finally, Hawkeye gets to stand up and point his finger and scream at somebody.
Whatever,
Finally,
Jacob.
we get to the
Stuff
new
at High
business.
Pockets. I really like the layout of this page quite a bit. I love all the Kirby machines in the background.
Yeah,
and I love Simon Williams in the foreground, like working over his shoulder, so we're getting pointed at as well. J'accuse.
Yeah, I know.
So the next page, this drama continues. I'm going to try and blow through a lot of the stuff that's not, super important, but we find out that basically he went on Carson and confessed to some crimes that he committed to clear his slate, and Hawkeye's pissed because it's kind of sullying the good name of the Avengers. And Simon's defending this choice and saying, well, as an actor, I had access to the Carson show. And the next panel, Hawkeye's like, an actor? You're a stuntman. Which I thought was hilarious.
It's a good burn.
Yeah, but it's also kind of like, okay, Carney.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Carney X Con, whatever. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
So everyone's kind of jumping on each other about this whole thing. They're turning on each other, and Tigra's saying, "Well, who are you? His key? Who made you his keeper?" And he's like, "The Vision, Tigra, Simon's other self. When he appointed me the chairman of this crew, because blah blah." So so Mockingbird stands up for Hawkeye, and so does Iron Man, and Tigra's pissed. So again, it's not West Coast Avengers. It's not Avengers if people aren't bickering at a table.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there are 400 words on this page.
Yes,
I turned this page and was like, I feel like I'm just going right back to 1961 with our comics. Barely see what's going on.
Oh yeah. I'm with you, Matt. I think we should try to move with some kind of clip. So the next page, we're in an adjacent room. We find the Thing, Hank Pym, and Firebird. They're trying not to get involved, like in the kind of dust up that's happening in the conference room. Firebird kind of just fills us in on what's been happening, talking about how just the last issue where they fought Master Pandemonium, and she's just like, I should maybe thank them, and like Ben's just sitting back. He's just like, yeah, polite thing, aren't you, Firebird? Basically just being like, don't thank them, like just let them be assholes in the other room. And so then she's saying, if one is to be a heroine, one has a responsibility to be a role model. Then Hank Pym just has to say, like, especially when one's the first Hispanic heroine, eh? It's just like, okay, I guess. Like, I'm glad I know that. I didn't really need Hank Pym to tell me that. Like, that somehow ruins it somehow. I don't know why.
Weird that Hank Pym would just like stick his foot in his mouth like that. Usually he just makes all of the smoothest moves.
That's true. That's true. That is very him.
I do have to say, if people don't know Hank Pym, he's notoriously the Avenger, founding Avenger, who struck the other founding Avenger, his wife, Janet. And so they divorced, and it was the whole thing. But at the beginning here, when Ben Grimm is listening to this argument, and he's like, "Hey, you really shouldn't be listening, Ben." I was like, "Fuck you, wife beater!" As he's taking off his belt, like, you have no room to talk about anything
ever.
Long before Hank does anything to Janet Van Dyne, he is just this obnoxious all the time. The character's consistently been written as an unlikable hero.
Yep. And I don't even think
I
don't even think it's intentional. It's like, I think they were legitimately trying to make this character work for a long time, but I mean, he has 4 different superhero identities in his first handful of years. This is his fifth identity is the one he's got right now, which is just Dr. Pym,
which is really
Jarvis,
ran out of ideas.
Jarvis Supreme.
Basically, but it's like there's something about this guy, like you just can't make him work.
Nope.
It's fascinating how many times they tried and how many different writers took a crack at him and never comes through.
Yeah, he's big, he's small, he's Goliath, he's Yellow Jacket, he's... Actually, my note said, "Fuck you, wife beater, turn up voices carry and take off your belt."
Yeah.
Little Amy Mann reference.
Very nice, very nice. That's what people come to this show for, is our obscure, Till Tuesday references. So yeah, we got the thing sits. He kind of gets distracted, starts thinking about the Invisible Woman again. I can't even remember exactly what's going on here. Yeah, I was trying. I thought, like, should I look it up? And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to.
So when did this come out? 86.
Yeah.
So is this right around Secret Wars? It's got to be. Right?
This is between. This is
right. So he's not with the FF now because he left the FF during Secret Wars, and She-Hulk is taking his spot on the team right now. Yeah. I gotta say, like, I remember this era, and I remember when I was reading West Coast Avengers at this time, there's kind of this extended, like, will he, won't he join the team, which was like, I just wanted nothing more than the Thing to be an Avenger. I thought that was like the coolest idea. So yeah, it was like when I saw him sitting on the couch, I'm like, oh, that's right. That's one of the reasons I love this book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you, since you know this, Eric, why did Ben leave?
Because on the Beyonders planet, in Secret Wars, he could change back and forth between his human form and his Rocky form at will.
Right.
And so he stays on the planet. He's like, I'm going to hang out here for a while longer and enjoy this. And then the rest of the FF goes back. And then Johnny winds up getting together with Ben's girlfriend, Alicia.
Okay.
And that's why Ben doesn't return to the Fantastic Four when he comes back to Earth.
Yeah, so it's not anyone's highest moment.
Does that explain his wrestling venture?
Just to look awesome.
Just
awesome.
Happens.
Yeah, it's just it's the 80s. It's awesome. That's why.
Yeah. I mean, Ben as a wrestler just makes so much sense.
It's a little on the nose, I think.
It is extraordinarily on the
nose. Did you want to talk about the press gathering outside Avengers West Coast Mansion or no?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess. I thought it was...
I just said it. So on the next page, Hawkeye decides he's going to address this hubbub because the public is all, been out of shape about this whole thing that Simon Williams, Wonder Man, is a former criminal. So Hawkeye goes out there and he makes this big speech to the press, and we get to see the thought balloons of, Mockingbird's thinking, "Good going, Hockey Poo," and Iron Man says, "Where's the shovel?" And Tiger's just saying, "Arr." So I love that this keeps going on, and he just, saying. Simon's saying, well, people get a second chance, blah, blah, blah. And then it says, and so it goes for another 45 fun-filled minutes. I watched a Trump rally this weekend that was an hour long, and I felt like I was melting my brains.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I know. I don't understand why he does it either.
And they're all the same.
Oh,
I don't know why I do it. It's hate watching.
Yeah. This is actually the least plausible part of the story for me. I do not believe that Simon Williams could handle reporters for 45 minutes. No. I don't think he's got even a tight five of interesting things to say to them.
Can I ask one more weird question about Simon? I'm kind of obsessed with him because I kind of dislike him so much.
What's your deal?
When he gets that awesome green suit with the red Charlie Brown stripes, he has this. They say, "Oh, you dyed your hair black," and he's like, "Well, it was gray because I was." Is he old? Like what?
No, I think it's a side effect of the experimentation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
prematurely.
Yeah,
aged.
And also I looked up on the internet, and I gotta correct myself so that no one comes for me. But he did have the safari outfit before this outfit. That was
okay. That's why I thought it was early 80s for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay. So that goes on, and they're walking off. The press is leaving, and Mockingbird says, "I think it went well." And Simon just keeps walking away from the mansion, and Tiger runs after him.
Yeah, so okay, so I kind of like the layout. I'm going to skip to the next page because I kind of like it. There's things that I actually like about this page.
Me too.
Wonder Man runs to the beach, followed closely by Tigra, who says Hawkeye's a hypocrite. All he thinks about is his group. Wonder Man's saying, well, that's what he's supposed to do. He's a leader, and he kind of talks wistfully for a while, which obviously does it for Tigra. And I kind of. Yeah, he's kind of alluding. He says, I guess we never made it down here last night. Tiger says, no problem. We can make it now. And then there's these 3 panels that at first I was kind of confused by. I was confused, and then I liked it again. So they embrace, they kiss, and it kind of pulls out. And then I don't know if this is just like, I probably did the same thing when I was, 7 years old reading this. I'm like, did they just get washed out to sea?
That's what
I was just like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah. I know what happened, but it doesn't work visually.
No, it doesn't. Okay. At first I was just like, oh, I'm an idiot. They're just pulling back. And then I'm looking closely at the mechanics of storytelling. I'm like, that doesn't fucking work at all. It looks like they're just underwater. Yeah, they vanished, and they're just underwater now.
Yeah.
See, I'm from the coast, so I was like, "Oh my god, Undertow! They're all dead."
No, sneaker waves. We all read about that in grade school. Like,
maybe that's how cat ladies and ionic guys do it. I don't know.
They love each other very much.
Yeah.
So they basically are moving the camera with like 2 references, like a foreground rock and the cliff face, and they move it the wrong way.
Yes.
In the drawings for that to work.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad it wasn't just me, because I felt like my brain was broken trying to make a relationship between those 3 panels.
Yeah, you guys have made me feel so much better, because I really did struggle with this, because I'm writing in my notes like, this is stupid, this doesn't work. And then I was like, oh, fuck, I better look again. Like, I know someone's going to be like, no, it's actually just this angle. And then I'll feel like an asshole. And so,
I also wonder if this is something like, it was like a very quick last minute, like, no, this still is too racy for the code or whatever. Like, maybe, I don't know. I mean, this is technically a comic for kids, and
pegging was not okay at
5,
that's what they took out.
Yeah. So, yep.
I just want to, I'll spoil some final thoughts here. Visually for me, Milgram wise, I think Tigra is the best part of this whole issue. The way she's rendered, I think Milgram loves her as much as I do.
Yeah. No, I think that's definitely fair.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
it's also she's just got a great character design. Like, I know, I don't think much interesting stuff has ever been done with Tigra, but I've always thought like this is a character they should do something with, because she just looks super cool. She's a Thundercat, just do it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we love Tigra.
Give her to a strong female writer. That would be. There's a great story to be told there.
Totally.
Yeah. I have to take a quick aside. I know we've done it 400 already, but when it opens and I see even the cover, I saw Tigra, I saw Iron Man, and I was like, oh, this is when Iron Man looked like a GoBot. And
absolutely.
And they had a Thundercat on the team.
I figured that out before. Oh my god. He's like the
Shooter's just trying to make
right?
Shooter's gonna make money however he can make it. He's just gonna
Oh, crikey. Okay, so back in the main house, Hawkeye and Mockingbird are strolling in, and Clinton and what's her name, Bobby, and he's like, they start fighting immediately. She's like, I backed you up in there, but I actually disagreed with you. I'm just being a good wife. And he's like, what? And he's like spitting on her face. And he's very angry. And there's a cool panel of them in silhouette, just like pointing the fingers at each other and yelling in this portico. And she's stressed off, and he's like, fine, see if I care. And then he goes, in his thought balloon, see if I care. Like, that needed a tear. And then Ben and Firebird come in, like, hey, didn't want to bug you, but, and what does he say? You ask me, you wouldn't have heard a herd of Herefords, which are apparently some cows. English cows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they're just like saying, well, we came to say goodbye. We tried to wait till you and your wife were done fighting, but it was just kind of taking a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I really like how Milgram draws Bobby as well. I mean, I think, I'm going to talk about this at the end as well, but Tigra and Mockingbird were by far my favorite characters in this entire issue. I think all of the other guys...
Firebird or Mockingbird?
Mockingbird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I think that Yeah, I like Firebird too. I mean, she comes off really cool as well. She has her own little side story, and yeah, there are a lot of those, a lot of side quests in this issue, like so many.
I take every side quest.
Yeah. Well, this is the best issue for you then, Matt, because yeah, there's a lot of them. But yeah, the ladies come off real well in this issue, and the guys all just are kind of asshole chumps. So
you need 50 flowers to woo your lover?
Yeah,
I will get them for you.
Yeah.
I also I gotta say, like, Mockingbird's costume is simultaneously the most 80s thing in the book, but also like maybe the best costume in the book. Like it's such a, she's got these like huge drapey sleeves, but everything about it. So like the figure is, outlined with, a skin tight bodysuit. So you get a sense of, the shape and the structure, but she's got these swashbuckle boots and these long drapey sleeves and the long hair. All of it is like great for showing motion. And it's just like, I mean, especially considering where like female hero costumes would go toward the end of the 80s and the 90s and things like that. Like, I love this look on her. And I know they brought the character back. I don't think she's ever gone back to this look. And it's kind of too bad, because I understand it's very place and time specific, but I just like the design of the costume.
Yeah, it's Stevie Nicks meets Domino.
Yeah, exactly.
That's such a good way of describing it. It's great. So yeah, on the next page, Firebird and Thing try to leave without enraging Hawkeye, but to no avail, because they're about to leave, and Hawkeye says, "Oh, you mean you haven't made up your mind about my offer yet?" And yeah, like you were saying, Brian, this is kind of a thing that goes on for a while in this book. And so yeah, this angers Ben. He's like, "Made up my mind. I told you 87 ways already. I ain't gonna fill the hole in your roster."
God, so much sexual tension.
Why don't they just fucking get it over with? So, and Hawkeye's like, "So you must be tired of that line. Time to change your tune." And so yeah, they're nose to nose, getting ready to scream at each other.
He calls him cockeye. I mean, come on,
repeatedly. And but I loved this. So Ben just kind of defuses the situation. I mean, he calls him cockeye, which is amazing, but he just turns around. He's like, "Bye-bye, cockeye." He's like, "Come on, Benito, I'll give you a lift into town." And so, yeah, they take off on his ridiculous motorcycle with Firebird in the sidecar. And yeah, but I do like, he kind of, he's kind of still stringing us along in the second to last panel, because he says about the West Coast Avengers, it's like, they do got a strange kind of style. They ain't nearly as uptight as Thor in that bunch, or my good friend Reed, for that matter. If I were to join up with anybody, it would be them, which is true. I mean, this is almost a team made for Ben Grimm.
Yeah.
Yep. A bunch of weirdo outsiders that, I think it would, it'd be a perfect match for him.
And Firebird is just thinking, I just want them to ask me to be on the team. Like, and Ben's like, I could take it or leave it. If I want it, I'll take that job. And she's just like, I want that job.
But what a great romance panel at the end there with her just kind of thinking and sad, like, oh, I just wish they'd ask me out. Yeah.
The fanboys would be so angry.
Yeah, they would.
By the way, it's not cockeye. It's the pee hole is called a meatus on the penis.
Yeah,
it's a medical term.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. Meatus. You'll get it. So Mockingbird's pissed at her husband, so she's got to blow off some steam. She comes downstairs, those same stairs down to the beach. She's like, that whole thing. And God, there's some really bad writing here. Like she says, "I gave myself the codename Mockingbird, but I'm no bird brain." And then Tigra says, Mockingbird. And so she's like, "Oh, Simon and I, we were talking, and then she's like, "Do you mean he attacked you?" She's like, "No, I attacked him." What? Suddenly I was all over him. I couldn't help myself. So we basically get this coded mid-'80s terminology for she basically raped Simon. And
did you say?
She said they were like making out, and then she just kind of lost control of herself, her passions, and whatever. And she's saying like the cat part of me is taking over. I'm losing control of the Greer part. Like the cat's becoming more and more. Apparently, there was a deal that they were going to help her solve this little mystery that's been slowly rising since the West Coast Avengers formed. But now they need to. There's a fine point on it. They need to do it now because she just raped a teammate.
Or my innocent kid brain would have thought possibly killed him, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Like
Way more innocent.
But also,
would that have
I
been a
had
much
both-
better story.
Yeah.
She said attacked him all over him, and I was like, maybe they did it, maybe she killed him, and I feel like they could have played up both sides of that a little bit
That's
more.
true.
but,
Yeah. You could have walked that. She didn't have Tony's. Tony said
Yeah.
Simon has to go.
So yeah, next page we're back at I want to say a mansion. Yeah, they have. I mean, all Avengers have some kind of mansion. So
Tony
I
Stark's
just-
there. It's
Tony Stark's there. I'm
gotta
sure
be.
it's his summer home.
I'm
out
sure
on
it's
the West
another one of
Coast.
Tony Stark's mansions.
He
Yeah.
got drunk, forgot about it until he saw the keys one day.
So yeah, we get this it's kind of sad portrait. Hank is there. He's sitting in the dark, kind of like a creep. And Tony comes in, and yeah, I mean, I'm with you guys. This is the lamest Iron Man suit. I'll take the gray tin can
Yeah.
of Tales of Suspense
Me too.
rather than this. Like, this is just bullshit. I hate the design. I hate everything about it. And so every time Iron Man's on panel, it drives me nuts.
Yeah, but here's the thing: like, I remember loving this suit when I was a
know.
kid, and thinking like when I would see the golden red suit, I'm like, oh, why? Like, this is an old story. It's like I wish he was in his silver and red suit. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand how I could have loved it that much as a kid, and just like realize now that it looks ridiculous. Like, Rob, you nailed it. It's like he looks like a GoBot. Like,
Yeah, he does.
He looks like he transforms into Ben Grimm's motorcycle. Yeah.
yeah.
Was there lead paint in the house where he grew up, Brian?
God, I don't know, but he's got like the broad shoulder pads. He's got
Oh,
Face
so
is
bad.
flat. It's purposefully flat. Like
Yeah.
he's got a weird bullet head. And there are, red and silver versions of a suit that don't suck this much, but
right.
Yeah.
this is the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Not-
it's the shoulder pads. Maybe that's what really puts it over the line.
I think that's the combination of the shoulder pads, and I think it's the bullet head that also looks like he has a soccer mom haircut.
Yeah, it's just it's so bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're talking, and Tony expects that Hank is pouting in here because he's like, yeah, listen, if this is about me dating Jan, it was after you guys were divorced. She didn't know Tony Stark was an Avenger. So I mean, this relationship drama just keeps going through the whole
Yeah.
issue. And
Also-
yeah, like, I've forgotten all of this shit. So I'm just
Yeah.
my mind's getting blown every page.
What is
Also-
the pitch on this? Like,
Yeah.
okay, are you mad about how when you and your wife divorced and I was fucking dating her, but she didn't know I was me? Or are you going to be a dick about it? Like, how do you play that card?
He's Tony Stark. What card won't he play?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Sorry,
God.
Brian. Proceed,
No,
please.
I was just gonna say, like, the whole idea of like Tony Stark is dating Janet Van Dyne, and she doesn't know he's Iron Man. Like, okay, so there's the complex dynamic of like, hey, you're dating your buddy's ex. That's or not buddy, I guess we'll say coworker. Yeah, you're dating a coworker's ex. It's going to make your work life complicated, but then you're also like lying to her about the biggest part of your life. Like, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's supremely bad decision making all the way around, and I don't think you're supposed to think that he made a mistake. Like, he's not framed up here as if like, he's the bad guy. He's just like, this is just exposition to remind you that this is in his past.
So Janet was dating Tony Stark for a moment.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. When
And they
did
have-
Tony fully come out to his team of like, hey guys, guess what?
Yeah,
I'm Psykill from the GoBots.
I don't know. I mean, we're up to 72. It hasn't happened yet. So
Seriously?
yeah.
Yeah. I love that the
Captain America doesn't
Iron Man
know.
movies just cut to the chase.
Yeah.
I know.
Because this
That was a good call.
Well, and I know
And the Thor movies didn't have lame Dr. Blake. They just, they skip
Yeah.
over the things that suck.
Yep.
I know that the
Poor
whole time, like,
crippled, lame Dr. Blake.
Yeah, the Tony Stark secret identity. I know it is a genie they put back in the bottle and let out several times. But yeah, I mean, to this point, he still has a secret identity, and it's still the clunkiest part of every Iron Man story. Yep. And they're doubling down on it. Like, nope, this is how this works. So.
I get that it's relatively easy to do with a couple good robots and a couple hirelings, but same thing with like Matt Murdock. Like, there's only so many times you can try and put that toothpaste back in the tube before.
Yeah.
Why are you so attached to this guy?
Yeah, exactly. So there. Tony and Hank are talking, and then the phone rings, and Hank picks it up, and guess what? It's on the other end of the line. It says, "Hello, Dad. It's me again, your loving son, Ultron Mark 12." And so Hank says, "Yeah, I thought it might be you." And then I kind of liked the last panel on this. Like, I liked it's really cool. Like, there's a couple panels in this kind of so-so art issue that really stood out to me, and it was this one. Where Hank, I mean, I guess I just kind of want Hank to do something, and so, and in this panel, he gets really angry. He's like, "Go to blazes, you ungodly piece of junk, live forever, rebuild yourself 100 times. You'll never terrorize me again." And I don't know. I really dug that panel.
There's,
I love the "Hello, Dad, it's me." It just reminded me of the "Hi, Mom, I'm in jail." Yeah.
Just imagine with what's his name's voice from Age of Ultron. I forgot who the guy.
Spader.
Spader.
Yeah. I mean, that would be creepy as shit.
Oh yeah,
it would be.
Hello, Dad.
And I love this. This last panel here, Jacob, reminds me of George Perez. Some of that Man-Wolf stuff. There's a couple of those things where it almost looks like an alien language, like coming out in like emotional stuff.
Yep. Yeah, it's cool shit.
Yeah. So Ultron's continuing on the next page. He's got his arms behind his back, so he's kind of pontificating, and he's like, "Oh, so you're all safe in Avengers compound, and I can't kick your ass there because he has no Pym particles. He doesn't have anything, right? He's just a guy in a suit right now."
Yep.
And yet Hank just tells him off. He's like, "You know what? Stop clogging up my line. I bet somebody's actually trying to call us who needs our help, fucker." And slams the phone down. And Tiger comes in. She's all upset. And he's like, "What's the matter?" And she's like, "What isn't? Hold me, Hank. Hold me." He's like, "You're trembling, darling." And then they just start sucking face. Get it, girl. She is in fuego.
Yeah, she's on it this issue. And I know I couldn't figure out if this was cool and empowering or Englehart kind of doing the character dirty a little bit. I couldn't decide.
I don't feel a lot of empowerment coming through.
I don't either. I kind of felt more like, I don't know. This is kind of weird.
My loins.
Yeah, I know. I tried to give it the benefit of the doubt, but yeah, I didn't like Tigra's portrayal.
I mean, it's
a lot of ways.
It is definitely the part of the issue that has aged the worst.
Yeah.
It doesn't shine a great light on the guys either. They're not super heroic if she is in fact banging both of them in this issue.
Yeah.
And Tony at one point just says, like, "Where do you get a number?" There's a number somewhere here. It's like
it's the creepiest line of the entire issue. Jesus Christ. But probably like the 10,000th creepy line for Tony. So, but yeah, on the next page, Hank's a little confused at first, and Tiger's like, "I'm a sucker for a smart man." He's like, "Well, since I was divorced, I've only known one woman, Alice, my lab assistant. I haven't let myself think." And she says, "Then don't. Brains turn me on at the right times, but not now. Not now." And then, they start kissing and kind of start reclining on the couch. And then right outside, we switch outside and we see
that's my favorite panel.
Just walking by. And he's so happy. What is he so happy about?
He's got a spring in his step.
He just got semi-raped on the beach. Yeah. So he's like,
yeah, I don't understand that at all. I mean, it's hilarious though. It's fucking hilarious.
He's like, "I got the best cat girl in the whole world. She's all mine."
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like that she purrs. Like she is a cat woman. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
She's pleased. She starts purring.
Yeah, and I mean, Matt and I have we love Tiger. We had to go through the giant sized creatures because of Jack's appearance, and so we went through that issue, and I don't know if we necessarily liked that issue, if I remember correctly, but
we actively disliked it.
We actively disliked it, if I'm correct. And but yeah, as far as her subsequent appearances, like we're Tigra fans. We really like her.
Doesn't every male member of the team.
Yeah, exactly. I could be a West Coast Avenger.
Yeah. That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
The way this living room scene is drawn, a lot of this issue, because I was by the cover already like, I'm not into this art. And as we got into the Milgram art, I saw Joe Sinnott and I was like, maybe. And then there were ups and downs, but this thing looks so like a Don Heck set, or Don Hell as we refer to him.
Yeah, we have to refer to him as Don Hell.
Yeah, his given name.
Yeah, like the different sized end tables with matching lamps. That is like a Don. That's where he like nails it. He can't get a person aimed right, or positioned correctly. But yeah. But he can nail this living room. So that's what Milgram. So I felt like these weird old Avengers vibes from reading this because of the settings too.
There you go.
I love this page actually. Like the framing, like Jacob and I wax, whatever about romance comics. Like this is right out of a romance comic.
Perfectly. Yeah.
It's the staging. So I was so into it, and the punchline, of course, at the end, the irony, of course, is
so good. It's so
great.
Good. So on the next page, Hawkeye's asking Iron Man, "So what do you think? We pitched this thing to the public about forgiving Wonder Man for this thing, and he pulls out a gauntlet, and a panel opens up, and he has FM radio." And he's playing a thing saying like, well, here's the newest survey about what people think about Wonder Man and his crime he committed. And sure enough, the public's just edged over the like approval rating. So like, okay, cool. We can keep him in the group. And
can you imagine how much grit he had to sell to get that gauntlet?
I think he publishes grit, so he gets all that money.
True.
He got my $1.99. Oh, man.
So, Mockingbird comes up. She's like, hey, have you guys seen Tiger anywhere? She was supposed to meet me in her bungalow. And Tony says, I haven't, Bobby, but then I've never been invited to her bungalow. Clint. And Clint's pissed still at his wife. He's like, nope, with his arms folded, facing the other way. And she's like, okay, well, we have a mission to take care of, so we'll be back later. He's like, and Tony's like, wait, you don't want us men to come along? She's like, nope. She walks off. She looks back, sees Clint is still pouting with his arms folded, and she comes back and says, oh, Schmoopy, I can't stay mad at you. Give me a kiss. Blah, blah, blah. And they make up, so it's all well and good. And then, Tiger comes back in with Hank, and he's all disheveled. His shirt's unbuttoned, and his tie's loose, and he's got Archiekins kind of Spider-Sense stuff coming off. Like he just got kissed by Betty and Veronica in a closet at the same time.
It looks like Tiger's holding his hand too.
Oh yeah,
like leading him in. So yeah.
No, but she's walking into this room. I love her line. She's like, "Hey, what kind of low class joint is this?" So she's Rodney Dangerfield all of a sudden. Yeah. Like, it's so great.
No, it looks good on you though.
Yeah.
And this is the creepy Iron Man line, where he's thinking to himself, maybe I should invite myself over to Tiger's bungalow some evening.
Yep.
Yeah, and when I said
Christ,
I was
Tony.
skimming through future issues to try and find the letters column, he presses this issue, and he does. They do. There's a thing.
Okay.
It's gross.
Well, yep. That's Tony.
Closing the deal. He's an entrepreneur.
Yeah, he is. Oh, man.
He's also the living embodiment of entitlement. If he wasn't also smart, like a genius, that character would be nothing but entitlement. Anyway.
Yep. Yeah. So on the next page, Bobby has a plan. She says, okay, so she's trying to help Tigra. So she says, Tigra wants to overcome the cat side of her personality. She's told me it was given to her by a hidden race of cat people in the midst of a battle with Hydra and a werewolf. And we know this is true because that's giant-sized creatures. That's the whole issue. And she says, well, it seems to me the most likely person to provide a clue to cat people is a werewolf.
A person.
That's
Yeah.
science.
That is science. You're right. That's fact. That's science fact.
I think Plato broke this down as a logical, didactical system.
Good dialogue.
Yeah, so she says, so I ran werewolf through the computer and found I know, right? And I found that Jessica Drew, the ex-Spider-Woman, knew one right here in LA. His daytime identity is Jack Russell, and I've got the address.
So Jessica Drew coughed up Jack's name into
I know.
some hero database?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, but has she
I've been crushing
on
on Jessica Drew all season, and now I'm like, who the fuck are you?
narc?
Narc.
She's a narc.
Yeah, she's a narc.
This
Sorry,
is also
Matt.
the 90th side quest. Like, again, I keep this. I could not believe how many pages went by and this many plot events were thrown in with this many names that didn't have anything to do with the forward motion of this particular story. And I was like, this is bonkers.
Yep.
So I loved it for how insane it was.
We are now we're like 60% of the way through this issue, and we finally are going to get the beginning
The
of
cover.
cover. Yeah.
Of the plot.
Of the story of the issue.
Plot has finally reared its ugly head.
Yeah.
So yeah, they
We booked a sleeper car, right? Can we take a nap at this point? Jesus.
So yeah, but the side quests aren't done because okay, so the Westies head out to see Jack, but at the bottom of the page we switch back to Ben dropping Benita off at a rare bookshop, and we're just going to go completely outside of the story now for a little bit. Yeah.
So I'm not like the biggest Thing fan. I love Fantastic Four and I love them as a unit and all their dynamic interaction, but I've never been like a big like solo Ben guy. So like seeing him in a wrestler's unitard with boots on, riding a motorcycle is just the utmost of absurdity to me.
It's kind of awesome. I kind of loved it. I mean, I won't lie. That was one I dig the Thing in this issue.
So
it encapsulates the entire bonkersness of the whole thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Because they find the most like John Carpenter, they live like weird tumbleweed part of town. Like, this is where I need to be. Because it says rare books on one building. So,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Was Gremlins out at this point? I think so.
84.
This just feels
definitely.
like they're just doing Gremlins.
Okay,
The start of Gremlins right now.
comes with a free froyo. So.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So yeah, she comes in and the little the door dinglings and her presence. I don't know her power set that well, but the candles go out mysteriously, and this guy's like, oh, he's this bald guy with glasses and a goatee. And he looks like Will Sasso from Mad TV in character. But
Yeah.
I say, well, that's funny. I didn't feel breeze. I'll turn on a light. What can I do for you? And she's like, I need to find this stuff about Master Pandemonium. Do you know who this is? It's a demonic thing. And he's like, Pandemonium. I can't help you, lady. I never heard of him, as he's trying to relight these candles. And then she goes full Phoenix. Just this fire essence energy bird comes out. And she's like, please reconsider your answer.
Yeah.
And he's like falling back. Okay, no problem. Just don't burn my books. This is my life. He's like, I truly don't know any Master Pandemonium, but if we're talking demons, you want to check a book called The Darkhold. It's the classic work. It's like, you have this book? And he's like, no, it's too rare. Last time I heard ...
So before we turn the page, we don't have many drinking instances. Let's drink to the Darkhold.
Hooray.
Yeah.
I'm getting a refill on my actual drink, so I'm doing some water here.
Okay, that's strange.
I was finding more drinking incidents all along, but
Personal drinking incidents, which I
was coping with this issue. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's understandable for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, we go to the next page, and the ... is the only copy belonged to a guy named Jack Russell.
All roads lead back.
Yep.
This seems like a kind of bookshop also where you would just have some kind of discretion implied.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like on demons.
Yeah,
that
those
was
are demonology
Jacob
stuff.
Balcom bought that. You need his address?
Yeah.
There you go.
Here he
You
is.
just hold your iPhone up to the register. I can just beam it to you.
Yeah.
He was threatened with a giant flaming bird.
That's
So,
true. He was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he shit his pants. So he's he's not happy.
So to recall, I don't remember her well. She's part of the like Texas Twister and Phantom Rider. What is that thing that fought the Hulk? Texas.
Oh yeah. What
Texas.
was that?
I had totally forgotten about
Isn't
that.
she one of
Wow.
them? Shooting Star, Texas Twister,
Oh man.
Red
Maybe.
Wolf, and her. Am I making that up? And Phantom Rider.
And Living Lightning. The Rangers, is that what
The
they're
Texas,
called?
the Rangers. Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought she was.
there you
I
go.
thought she was a Ranger.
She is,
Okay.
according to internet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, internet.
Thank you,
Live
Internet.
internet.
I
Brian.
have
Yeah,
that one
yeah.
issue of the Hulk, so I actually know.
Yeah, yep.
That is an insane like sub defenders level team. Yeah.
I like the Texas Twister guy with the tornado arms. I always thought that was so cool.
He was pretty cool.
I'm gonna read the previous issue, which I didn't, just to
Yeah.
see Master Pandemonium.
Oh, the demon limbs.
Yeah,
Oh
Demon
yeah, you
Limb
gotta check that
sounds
out. It is fucking
sounds so
bananas.
trauma. Yeah, I'm in. So yeah.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah,
trauma.
he sounds cool. But yeah, so I'm so excited because the Avengers are flying in, and Bobby says, "Here we go, Colden House," which we were so
Englehart.
excited. I mean, Englehart bringing it all the way
Pulling
back.
it out.
Yeah, that's we love seeing Colden House.
That's like
But
saying, what's the fucking Regal Beagle? Basically,
Yeah.
it is.
But I like Hawkeye's. Hawkeye, this is almost my favorite line of his. He's like, "A werewolf lives in a singles apartment."
That should have been the name of the issue.
Yeah, and then Bobby says, "If you were female sport, you'd know he's just one of many." I was just like, okay, that's a pretty solid joke. I'm
Yeah,
just
Tex
like, all
Avery
right.
kind of joke, right?
Yeah,
Like
it's a good Tex Avery joke. I dig it. And then there's an editor's note that says, as it happens, after years in Jack's possession, the Darkhold became the property of Doctor Strange in DS62, but almost no one knows that. Such are the subtle ways of fate.
Why do we
And,
not know that, Jacob? Is this a
I-
retcon?
I don't know. I don't
I think this happened during Englehart's Doctor Strange run.
Okay.
So
Wow.
I think he's tying all of his
Oh, so
old
Jack
plot
wasn't in
threads
it.
together.
It was just
No.
okay,
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, he's yeah.
Thank you.
But so this is so great. So they get there, they knock on Jack's door, but someone named Michael Morbius answers.
Love it.
He says, "What is? Good Lord, the Avengers!" And then Hawkeye's such a dumbass. He's like, "Is your name Jack Russell? We'd like to talk to you." He's like, "No, sir. I am Dr. Michael Morbius. Jack Russell is my patient and unable to see anyone at this time." And then, yeah, Hawkeye pulls out his bow and what we'll find out later is a silver-tipped arrow. He says, "Morbius, I've heard of you. You're a vampire." And Morbius is not flinching. This is not the first time he's had an arrow pointed at his head. He's like, "No longer, sir, nor was I ever a true vampire. My need to consume blood was a disease which my researches have cured. Your selection of a silver-tipped arrow is clever, but if I were still diseased, it would have no supernatural effect on me." So but Hawkeye's come prepared for a werewolf, so I guess I'll give him that.
Mm-hmm.
But bear in mind,
One.
folks, if you've been following just the show, Morbius is not wearing his Kiss disco garb. He looks like he's going on the Dick Cavett show. He has
does.
a pink turtleneck sweater and a beige suit on.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be like the third opener at the Comedy Cellar later that night.
What's the deal with these jugulars?
Yeah. So the Avengers go in, and yeah, Morbius is kind of just describing to them, saying, kind of reminding people what Jack's power set is these days, saying on nights when the moon is less than full, he can transform himself into a sort of wolf man through an act of will, retain his consciousness. But beneath the full moon, he becomes more wolf-like and powerful, losing all rational thought. So Jack is, because it's a full moon, Jack is behind this door. A very reinforced looking door, and that Tigra just keeps sniffing at. And when Morbius sees this, he's like, "Here, stand away from that door, young lady," or, and then yeah, she kind of reels back from sniffing, and
He'll
yeah,
blow the bloody doors off.
Yeah, he'll blow the.
I do have
doors
to
off.
say that Dr. Michael Morbius just threw HIPAA out of the window when he started just.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, yeah.
The minute somebody pointed an arrow at him, which he didn't seem
Yeah.
that concerned, but he's like, "Here's all of my patients' information."
Yeah. Would you like
Yeah.
to see the files?
Yeah.
I wonder how long his penis is, because I will tell you right now.
Yeah, it's just that there was a point where Englehart realized it's like, Jesus, we're like 15 pages into this thing. It's like we got to move things along. We haven't even gotten the werewolf yet.
Yeah.
This
Also,
feels
we
like
get
a Gene
flashback.
Colan drawing book
Yes.
in the olden times.
yeah.
Gene Colan would just draw the story up until the 19th and a half page and be like,
Yeah.
shit.
Okay, we got to wrap
Yeah.
this up, and then
Yeah.
just cram 3
I've heard
panels,
you guys
9
talk
panels.
about that
Yeah.
before.
Yep. And he
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
It's so like, wait a minute, man, did I order a cover with a werewolf on it? Oh shit.
Fuck.
Yeah, so the next page we get the payoff here, and it is something. So Jack comes bursting out of his door, and he looks kind of more like a gargoyle, or more like when his sister Lissa was a were-demon when Glitter Knight possessed her or corrupted her soul. So imagine the Sienkiewicz werewolf, which is more like lupine or whatever the Latin term is for a fox, and I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it's so weird. It becomes busting out, rar, caranch. Everyone's backing away from the splintering door. He grabs onto Tigra like a universal monster, and we hear, "Holy jumping! Tigra! Jack!" says Morbius. And he's just running, and he jumps through a plate glass window, which, big glass. We drink to
Big
that.
glass. Drink to that.
Yeah.
They got their fingers in this pie.
Mm-hmm.
And Tiger's yelling as this is happening, "I hate this!" And
This is so funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Morbius says the werewolf loved Tiger the last time he met her. Is that true, Jacob? Do you remember the werewolf?
Yeah,
being
don't you
attracted
remember?
to her? Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
He wanted
don't
to pork her.
Yeah, he loved her. No, he like had this like gallant love for her and
That's right.
giant-sized
Okay.
creatures that was sad. Remember, like he walked away all
I kind of
sad
blocked
at
that
the
issue
end.
out. I really did not like that one. Okay,
I know.
so Mockingbird says, "Well, he must not have forgotten," and they're charging after her, and they're all running to save her, and that's the page. And so, guys, we need to talk about this iteration of the werewolf. He's changed here and there with artists, but he's been Lon Chaney. He's been
This is
I wanted
Oliver
pants.
Reed. He's
I wanted
been
pants
Paul
for him so
Naschy.
bad. Yeah.
He has not been this. The closest he's been to this was Sienkiewicz, which is like the Howling version of werewolves.
yeah, but to compare Sienkiewicz's version with this is just like this is the worst the werewolf has
This
ever
is a
looked.
serial villain. Like,
This is the
sugary
worst he's
cereal.
looked. Out of all the episodes that we've done, I mean, we're 90 some episodes in talking about werewolves. This is the worst a werewolf has ever looked in the Marvel universe. Like, this is just bullshit. This
he's
is
more
when
dragon than wolf.
he's, you know, and
Yeah.
I like that you were trying to compare it to when Lissa became the were-demon in Werewolf by
Charitable.
Night. And that's charitable. I mean, I would like to think that Milgram is kind of going for that, but this is just bullshit. This just looks awful. There's nothing I like about this character design.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel very consistent from one panel to the next either.
No.
I mean, there's some stuff that's similar, but the shape of the face changes. And what are the things coming up from his temples? Is that
Giant
supposed
ears?
to be fur? Yeah, I don't know. Is it ears? Is it like tufts of fur? But it's like they start as like eyebrows and they go
Mm-hmm.
up.
And they
They-
become ears. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
so
don't know. It's
weird.
very
It's
strange.
He's a
fucking
mentat.
weird.
Mentat werewolf.
This is the most disappointed I've ever been to have a werewolf appear.
I know,
Ever.
right?
I've
This
watched
hurts.
a lot of bad
Yeah.
movies. All the
We're literally
underground
2
movies,
years
whatever.
into
Yeah.
this show, and
This is the worst.
this
Yeah.
is the first time I've been disappointed with a werewolf.
Do you think this
in a
is-
comic book?
Is this why the cover was a black background with just the eyes and the teeth?
Yeah.
Because like if they'd showed you what the whole thing looked like, you're like, nope,
Yes.
no, thank you.
That's a good point. That
Yeah.
probably has a
I'll read
lot
my
to do with
friends
it.
in the treehouse.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Jack and Tiger on the next page land on the street below. Morbius is saying, "Oh, this is far worse than anything I've seen before. I thought the reports of his battle with Moon Knight were disheartening, but this." And we
Not
get a little editor's note reminding us of some really good stories with really good art, and that
What's
probably wasn't
disheartening, by the way, Jacob?
what.
Why was Morbius disheartened by the fact that he slaughtered a satanic cult who was trying to bring about the end of the world?
Yeah, I don't understand that either. Like what Jack and Moon Knight did in those issues is the
yeah.
definition of badassery.
Yeah,
Like
Mark.
I don't.
He teamed up with Mark to save the world.
Yeah. No, Morbius is really also very disappointing. This whole issue. He's everything you don't want Michael Morbius to be.
He's a Morbius Sue.
Yes, yeah. So they land on the ground, and I think it's yeah, someone's saying, "Oh, we got to get him away from Tigra," but they're like, "No, she's doing pretty well by herself, Wonder Man." And yeah, so she's scratched him and fought her way out of it. And then, yeah, I did like this. The Iron Man is just like, "Here you go, Russell. Grab a handful of these repulsor rays." But then, yeah, the werewolf takes a street lamp and then just nails Iron Man with it. And I was just like, oh, I like that.
Yeah,
I was like, that made me happy.
Anytime.
Yeah,
We see Tony
anytime.
Stark walloped by
By anything.
by anything.
Yeah.
Grief,
The bottle.
doubt,
Yeah. Yeah.
a telephone pole. So yeah, on the next page, the Beast is rebounding, and he's running towards Tony. And Tony says, "Poor dumb Beast. None of this can hurt my armor." This is my favorite part of the issue, honestly. Again, I'm kind of a Tony hater. But the Beast just rams his fingers into Tony's eye holes and into his mouth hole. And he's going, "Ah!"
Yeah.
And he says, "My eyes, my mouth." Shield slammed down on his fingers, spoiled his aim, but he still tore my flesh. And the Beast is going, "Roar." So he comped down his little, servo motor eye hole and mouth holes
visor
on his
things,
fingers. And just at the same time, Hawkeye is shooting off his one silver arrowhead bullet arrow. And he's like, "I knew this would come in handy sometime." And it hits Jack in the side and he starts going, "Arr, arr, arr." But because of the action that happened with Tony and this whole thing, the Beast trolled away and his aim wasn't perfect. So it just kind of got him in the side. And, yes, Mockingbird just takes control here. It's like, "Sorry, Jack boy, hawks aren't good for wolves' digestion. Try a little Mockingbird." And she starts beating the shit out of them with what are those called? Staves? Or I don't know what those are.
Truncheons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Truncheons, thank you. She's like, "If you catch one." So she just starts kind of dismantling him here because he's reeling in pain from the silver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it makes me think about what you're saying about her character design, Brian, because on the next couple panels on the next page, like just her movement and action is so cool.
She
Like
looks
she
like
is
Grendel, dude. It's like, she looks awesome.
Yeah.
she looks like her and there's all these super powered Avengers that are getting their asses handed to them.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she just takes
She
the
just has a
werewolf
dildo.
down.
Just two dildos, and it's like,
Yeah,
totally-
and she just totally knocks him down. It's really incredible. I know, yeah, she's the MVP of this issue.
Yeah, this era of Mockingbird is just terrific. Englehart writes her really well, I think, for the most part. I mean, she has this brief moment, and then when Chelsea Kane writes her years later, like that was basically the two, really shining moments for Mockingbird. But yeah, but it's a character I've always loved.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bobby kind of sets up Wonder Man to deliver a pretty good punch, but Jack is just ready for more. Morbius says he shrugs off most punishment while in this state. He's an inhuman killing machine, which I like. Kind of pisses off Tigra. She's just like, no, not a machine, an animal.
I like that.
Yeah, I liked that too. I thought that was really cool. Again,
Like that
Tigra.
Pan, Satyr, Gaia. Like, no.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Yeah.
earthly, baby.
Yeah.
I have to say before we go too much further that when Bobby is taking out this werewolf, the sound effects are wham on one panel, bam on the other panel, and then Simon says, "Thank you, ma'am," as he hits the werewolf.
Oh my God, I did not pick up on that.
Set up.
You're
that's
so
awesome.
smart.
Suffragette
Holy
City.
shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was honestly distracted in that panel because Tony Stark was still like holding his gushing face and flying up in the sky, just saying, "I gotta get somewhere I can take my mask off and no one can see me."
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they undersold that.
Yeah.
No, they did. They totally did.
Wham, bam,
Oh,
thank you, ma'am. That's amazing.
that is amazing. Yeah, but I love that. Yeah, Tiger says no, not a machine, an animal, and which angers Hawkeye somehow. He's like, "You sound like you sympathize with him. I realize two of you are both half animal, but." And then and so he just shoots a flaming arrow at the werewolf, just ignites him. Like the werewolf's just full on fire now. Yeah, with Bobby saying, "Honey, cool it."
Is he a sociopath?
We know that he basically is until fractions run.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and then last panel, Jack is running away completely on fire, and Hawkeye's like, "What did I say?"
He's like, Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
What'd I say? What'd I say?
Oh, he's such a Such an asshole.
Yeah.
Also, Clint, as always, forgetting the mission, lighting the person who they came to get information from on fire.
Good call. Yeah. So the key of the quest here is running on fire, screaming and screeching into a crowd full of people, saying, "Look out and help!" And Wonder Man tackles him, says, "No chance, Lon Chaney. You want somebody to eat? Make it me." This page is kind of slight, but it's good dynamics, good action here. So he does a double upward fist punch and says, "But you could lose your teeth." And finally, Tiger steps in and says, "Stay away. I don't love you. Run." So apparently that's her interjection to kind of stop him from trying to take her away. Mm-hmm. And so, Simon's just saying, yeah, he's basically like when I was a zombie. Was that like Grim Reaper during the...
Yeah, when he resurrected him. Yeah.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm. Was that during the Vision Scarlet Witch maxi series?
No, this is earlier. This is, I think, when he first comes back. Because he was dead for quite a while. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
And then, it was during Englehart's Avengers run, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. I've never read that stuff. Okay. So, yeah, and then meanwhile, Firebird comes swooping in, much like Phoenix, with this giant Firebird of flame around her. I mean, she's apocalyptic. Like, she looks so powerful. And even the werewolf's looking up like,
Yeah, so on the next page, Firebird flies down. I love that she's kind of freaked out. She's just like, "Oh, well, where's Jack Russell?" And they're like, "Well, there he is, Firebird." She's like, "Him, but he's a werewolf." And so there's this. I actually love that panel of Jack turning around in the flames. Like, that's the only time when I'm just like, okay, this design kind of looks cool. Maybe because he's on fire, and fire's just cool. And so, but God, what a terrible joke. So she's like a werewolf, and then Wonder Man comes in and just punches Jack out. He's like, "He were."
Yeah, thanks, Uncle Jesse.
Oh my God.
That's like Full House level bad.
That is. It's so bad.
It's also dude. It's a joke that only makes sense if you're reading it.
Like, because it makes no sense if you speak it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I have heard many people say, like in films, like, "Oh, werewolf," or werewolf. Like, it depends on where you're from.
Yeah,
dialectically.
I don't know. I guess, but yeah, it's not. It's awful. And then I love it because the crowd that's gathered is encouraging him and his bad jokes. They're like, "Yeah, Wonder Man, you did it, man." The guy says, "I saw the Hulk fight Thor once, but I've never seen a real guy that strong." And it's like, God, don't feed him the shit.
That's white. That's a white thing too. I see that as racist code. That's white supremacist stuff. Like, I saw a green and an orange guy fight, but not a real guy.
Oh, nah, not this big white guy. And so, but Wonder Man loves this. He's like, thank you very much. Yeah. So
I heard that as Elvis, but I'm sure it was just normal.
Yeah,
he's on top now, baby.
Yeah.
Doesn't he get his own TV show and stuff for a while at some point? Like
he does.
Wonder Man,
yeah.
So he's concerned about the woman he just slept with a few hours ago, and he's like, "Hey, are you all right, Tiger?" It's like, "Don't touch me, not right now." And she's like hugging herself and running away. And Firebird's like, "I don't understand. I was just trying to follow a trail of Master Pandemonium." And Hawkeye's like, "Yeah, we wanted to find out all about the Tiger's cat people, but we'll have to wait till our fine furry one wakes up or the moon goes down first, whichever happens, blah, blah." And like, Morbius like, "Cat people?" I'm not going to do the weird Greek Transylvanian accent he does in every iteration. You should have mentioned this earlier, sir. I myself have had an encounter with the cat people. I forgot all about this when he was in Fear, right? When his book was Fear. And Hawkeye's like, again, spitting, going, "You?" Yes, from what Jack tells me, his time with them was spent entirely as a wolf, and so it's all but lost to his mind. So this whole thing was a complete fucking shaggy dog tail. It was a waste of time.
Yep.
They're like, "Well, I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens." Then when this guy wakes up, which I don't think we'll ever find out, right? Like, it just kind of moves on.
Yep.
Because they have another trail to the cat people thing. Once Michael Morbius is like, "No, I've had a direct interaction and I can actually tell you something because I can speak."
Yeah.
It moves on. And then we just cut to the end here. This final scene. The phone rings again at West Coast Avengers Mansion, and we hear, "Hello, Dad." And Hank answers like, what do you want? I don't want to hear more of your threats. And he's like, I know, but this is no threat. It is an apology. You were right to put me in my place. I've been an immature fool and I want to bury the hatchet, Father. What? Next, Quest for Cats. And I read
Quest
this
for
next
Cats.
issue. And yeah, there's a lot of cats. They go back to cat times and she does some screwing and it's a crazy issue.
Yep.
I forgot how crazy this book is.
It's a crazy book.
There's a sheet of lame in my mind, but it's actually entertainingly berserk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I especially as we've gone through it again, together I've been like, you know what? I'm okay with 900 plot threads that aren't going necessarily anywhere and something weird happening on every page. This feels like when Roy Thomas first started writing at all for Marvel, when he's just like, I'm going to try 900 things this issue. And but these all are obviously carrying through plot threads. So it's so it's so bad that Jack Russell had to show up for the. I feel like the one thing, like in Al Milgram's contract, was don't have me draw a werewolf. Anything else?
Yep.
And then
totally,
piss somebody off.
Yeah.
So obviously, we're moving into final thoughts here, and well, let's. Brian, what do you think after reading this issue? What do you think of the issue, and what do you think of Jack in the issue?
Yeah. So the issue, I mean, I have such a soft spot. Like this era of Marvel Comics is so nostalgic for me. It's really difficult for me to objectively, interpret whether it's good or bad or anything else. I think it moves really, really well. I think it gives all of the characters in this team book, they all get opportunities to shine. They all get moments. It tells a lot of story in a relatively few number of pages. It's too wordy, but I mean that's the era for you more than anything else. But yeah, I mean it kind of reminds me that like West Coast Avengers was just this batshit crazy book, and it's like you read summaries of what happened in any 6-issue stretch of West Coast Avengers, and it is bonkers. And this is no exception. Like, I mean, I think this is, I will say, so yeah, I can't say whether it's good or bad because, it's my childhood, but I will say it is an extraordinarily representative sample of West Coast Avengers. It's not a very
good or bad as a piece of entertainment,
Exactly.
I mean,
yeah. I mean, I think it's like, I remember reading this as a kid and loving it. I enjoyed reading it, now it's like, there's some stuff here that is just Englehart is so good at writing a team book that even if you don't like his individual choices for each hero, he just knows how to manage the dynamics of a team and he keeps a lot of balls in the air. And there's always, he's got like all 4 burners simmering at any given point. He's like Claremont in that way, where except unlike Claremont, he typically follows up with every seed he plants.
True.
So he doesn't really abandon a lot of stuff. So I'm a sucker for that. Al Milgrom doesn't light my fire. But it was fun.
Here or in general?
In general. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure though, having said that, I'm now going to come across some of his earlier work that I'm going to love when we get to it in Marvel by the Month. But I would say it was a fun story. I really enjoyed going back and reading it. I don't think it's a very good werewolf story. He's just, I mean, he's like the definition of a jobber, like they just brought him in. You are part 1 of this 5-part story. And you're the first dead end that our heroes encounter. And that's all there was to him.
He's almost a MacGuffin like the Darkhold is.
Exactly.
Yeah, totally.
And like you were saying, Brian, like, he's so great at writing team books. Like as you're talking, I'm thinking back and like, oh, there was no big bad. Like Ultron talked to his dad.
Yep.
And
then apologizes.
I mean, this was about the team.
Yeah.
and it's setting up that, like he said, 5 or 6 issue arc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just different because we're so used to being in the 70s where everything had to be one and done, or two and done. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is different. Rob, what about you?
Well, I gave a few, notes, but I do think I waxed nostalgic for the soap opera-ness of it, the Claremont-ness of it. Like it had, it had promised a werewolf, and then it didn't show up till the last like 1/4 of the book, and it was bad when it did. But I did love I love the romance moments. I love the bizarre team moments and the bizarre bureaucracy moments. But first reading and first look through this, I was like, oh crap, the 80s. Like this is just so typical of the 80s. And I know that Brian's seeing that as nostalgia, and I was seeing that as like, I'm going to stop reading comics pretty soon. And then we hit the 90s, and I was like, I'm going to stop reading superhero comics altogether. But everything about this was just like hilarious to me. It felt like a great sitcom. Every few pages, something surprised me, like some new, like Ultron just calling Hank on the phone and like giving him crap, and then Morbius showing up as the Floyd-like roommate to Jack Russell. Just all of these bizarre little moments, and it just kept happening. And I was like, how many things could be happening in this one comic? And every time I said that, it just upped it. So and even with the Thing and Firebrand, there's just a zillion things happening. And it made me like it at the same time as just hating everything about it. Like the 80s, the art I did not enjoy for the most part. Again, that one, the throw pillows on the couch, nailed it. But in the romance scene with Hank and Tigra, but yeah, it's just it's very typical of the time. I do like the character building because we miss a lot of that. We've read a lot of issues of just punch 'em ups. We've read
it. Yeah.
I don't know how many issues of the Hulk we've read now, but 90% of it is just Hulk smashing an army, and it's nice to see some character development happening in a comic.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you, Rob. I definitely noticed the flaws of this issue. I absolutely remember this issue. Sadly, when I think about it, this may have been my introduction to Jack Russell and Werewolf by Night. Honestly, wow. I don't know where I would have seen him before this, honestly. So that's a bummer in a lot of ways. I get what you guys are saying about the story. I think the story is cool. It's Englehart. It's not going to be awful. Like Englehart's just great. Even at his worst, he's still great. I liked all the threads. I especially liked how Tigra and Mockingbird came off on this issue. The real problem for me was Al Milgram's art. Now, I have a hell of a lot of respect for Al Milgram for being the editor of Marvel Fanfare and having such a big part to do with that book, and having and being so like there's a picture of him and a page of him talking about it in every issue. Like I really felt like I got to know the guy reading Marvel Fanfare, which I loved. And but I just don't dig his art all that much ever, really. I can't think of an Al Milgram issue. And we ran across some of his earliest art doing covers for Werewolf by Night. Like he does a couple covers near towards the end of the run. And that stuff was okay, but just like this style of Al Milgram 80s, it's just not for me. And it's distracting. I don't know why. I just that kind of ruined the book a little bit for me. And I just think, the depiction of the werewolf and of Jack is the worst ever. Like I can't think of a worse depiction of him. So that was a bit of a bummer. So I had some nice nostalgia reading an issue that I had bought off the racks. But as far as I think it's a serviceable Avengers issue, but as far as an issue about Werewolf by Night, about Jack Russell, this is a bummer.
Yeah.
Well, if you mean graphical depiction of the werewolf, I agree. if you mean like as a character, the Max series from the 2000s trumps this. But I totally agree with Rob that like there's an 80s kind of sitcom just fucking banasness to this, but almost to the point of like being like too many cooks as opposed to just being like Full House. Like it just feels like it's out there. I also appreciated, I've talked about on our show how much I love the supporting cast of like ASM. Like I love the gang that hangs around with Pete. Like, so I love the drama here and the romance stuff and all that stuff. I thought that was the best part of this thing. I think Milgram's depiction of Tigra, he seems like women, and Bobby was the best graphical stuff here. But story wise, it's kind of a zoo. Of course, we're jumping in midstream, and he's setting up a 2 or 3 issue thing here. But I guess I dislike mentally and recall West Coast Avengers so much. This was actually fun to go back and be like, okay, it's not unreadable in the way it is in my mind. So it was actually kind of a positive experience. We do have one drinking rule for season 3, which is when Jack's appearance is essentially a cameo. That is a drink. So
we're drinking to that.
I would hesitate to call it that. It is also my least favorite depiction physically of the werewolf. To date. So yeah, very mixed bag for me, but it was fun to go back and check it out and see what West Coast Avengers was like from adult perspective, because as a kid it was just uncool and weird.
I was just really glad we had you guys on for this issue to where we could get you in the 80s, because you're not going to make it to the 80s in I don't know, 5-6 years.
We'll make it.
So 80s. I mean, I was glad to give you guys a breather and take you to this weird place of the 80s that we all knew as kids, and I was glad we were able to have you on and get your opinions on this.
Yeah, it's so great to read a comic that I own and that I
exactly right
that I bought probably at House of Fantasy as well.
That's right.
And it's so that's just so refreshing to Kang our way into the future and get to do this.
Had a Reagan dig in it, for God's sakes. It must be like distant future to you.
Yeah, it's a delight to revisit. I will absolutely admit that, so we've gotten to the Marvel horror stuff in the 70s, which was definitely something I was looking forward to getting to, with Marvel by the Month. Obviously, Giant Size X-Men #1 is kind of the next milestone I'm looking for. Then Frank Miller on Daredevil. But then I can't wait until we start getting into these issues, the issues that I remember reading as a kid and just kind of re-experiencing them again. Like some of these I haven't read since I was 10, 11, 12 years old, the golden age of comics, it's whatever you were reading at that age. So, it was fun to go back.
I'm so glad you guys came on for this.
Make a weird request. If you do like a New Universe special, can I be involved in any way?
Yeah.
I'm like an apologist.
He loves the New Universe stuff.
Yeah.
There's halfway decent stuff in it. As a whole,
it's readable.
Yeah. It's
Kickers. I mean, that's the best thing ever.
Kickers Incorporated. Yeah.
Kickers Incorporated. It's football. It's
the whole editorial mandate of we are going to create this thing.
The world outside your window.
Yeah, it set it up for absolute failure. But at the same time, there were some DP7.
DP7?
That was Grunwald, right?
Yep.
Writing that? Yeah.
DP7's cool.
Yep, that's really good.
Starbrand was cool.
Starbrand's great. Yep.
After the first year, John Byrne took it over, and they said, "Do whatever the fuck you want with it. This thing's going down in flames," and he went fucking crazy with it.
Yes, and then that was right before he left for DC, and then he showed up in DC and he did Legends, and he does a Starbrand parody in there where he just absolutely savages Jim Shooter.
Really?
I forgot all about that. Oh my god,
it's really brutal
since it first came out.
Yeah.
Night Mask was okay, but DP7 and Starbrand, in my opinion, were the standout books.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yep.
Justice was kind of weird.
Oh,
Anyway, yeah,
We'll get there eventually. We'll be much grayer or balder or both by then.
Yep.
But yeah.
cool.
Well, Brian and Rob, I'm so happy you guys came on this episode. I'm such a huge fan of your show. I listen to it every week, and yeah, it's just I've been waiting to get you guys on here, and it was a real pleasure. So I want you to tell everybody where they can find you, where your socials are, and we'll have them all in the show notes as well. But yeah, where can people find you?
Sure. Well, the main social channel that we use is Instagram. We're Marvel by the Month on Instagram. We're on Twitter, probably less frequently. That's at Marvel BTM. We're on Facebook, but whatever. And then marvelbythemonth.com is the website that's got our shop on there. And then patreon.com/marvelbythemonth if you want to throw a few bucks our way.
Yeah, and thanks, Jacob. I see you are wearing one of our shirts.
Damn right.
So I very much appreciate that.
I need to get one of the new ones. This is I got this when I first started listening to you guys, so I need to update it. I know. So Rob, you design all the shirts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so cool. And on your shop, there's a couple Marvel by the Month shirts, but you have other shirts as well that are just really amazing. I'm gonna need to drop some coin at
Thank you. Yeah.
Threadless.
Yeah.
I think my favorite is the Three Cows Shot Me Down shirt, done in the shape of the outline of a Skrull's head,
It's
which
so good.
we created for the Kree Skrull War. So yeah.
I said that to Tom Brevoort, that I wish there was a shirt that said that, and then I'm like, I can solve this problem. And it did.
It is what you do. So
Yep.
yeah, and that I know I need one of those shirts. It's so great.
It's a lot of fun.
And send us your shirt sizes, and we'll send you the first batch of Bronze Age Monsters shirts.
Oh,
we just
man,
got
thank you.
our new logo
That's gonna
back from
happen.
our artists. So
Awesome.
we're very excited about it.
Thank you both so much for the buttons. I finally got a new Levi's jacket that I can put all my patches and buttons on, so they're going on it.
Sweet.
Heck yeah. Thank you guys so much. I love the show. I'm so glad that we're catching up to the stuff that you have been able to talk about the whole time, because you make it sound so much fun. And you are so knowledgeable, and your passion shines through, and it's just awesome to hear you.
All right. Well,
thanks
thank you
so
guys
much.
so much for being on. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Take care.
Thank you.
All right, folks. Well, this is the part of the show where we say thank you to our Patreon supporters at our highest levels. There's a $10 level, which is the Star God level. That's folks like Michael G.,
Josh Link,
Jackson T. Overstreet,
Ryan from Across the Bifrost,
Mark Nivens,
and Eric Hadley.
and there's also those wonderful folks who are our Pack brothers and sisters, folks who support us at the $5 level, like Tim Tucker,
Brian from Marvel by the Month,
Blake, last name withheld,
Jeff Fitzpatrick,
Caleb,
Ben M.,
Michelle from Moonlight Comics,
Rob Haferman,
Russ from Tomes of Evil,
Brad Elmore,
Johnny Turner,
Tony Iupi,
Jared Svedas,
Brink,
Bill from Long Island.
and David D.
Thank you for supporting the show. You folks make the show great. Thank you for listening this week, listeners. Next week, we'll be joined by the one and only Michael Giacchino, the director and composer of the Werewolf by Night Disney Plus Marvel special. And in addition to that, as you might have heard us mention last episode, when you next hear us, we will have returned from our trip to Los Angeles to attend the premiere of the Werewolf by Night special as guests of Michael. And we're going to be the moderators of the Q&A at the event, and we're super excited about that. And we're going to be recording on both of our phones and editing together some little kind of package to kind of give you a taste of the experience of what it was like being glitterati in Los Angeles for one 24-hour experience with the Werewolf by Night show.
Yeah, wow. I mean, I couldn't be more excited. I can't wait.
I can't either. I'm pretty nervous, but I'm super excited. So, yeah, next time you talk to us, we'll give a little review of that. And of course, we'll have some kind of social stuff, some posts here and there of our time in LA, just to kind of give you a sense of what it's like. Maybe a little bit of live Instagram or live YouTube or something fun. So, yeah. Otherwise, you can check us out on the bonus show. I took the week off last week because I was not feeling well. and Jacob gave me a break. He's a good manager.
Yep.
Really good manager. I think he's.
Thank you.
I feel like you're bucking for an associate manager, but this week we're going to pick up where we left off. So, the Ursha Scourge, The Thing, issue 33, with the female wrestling league storyline, and we're also talking about the 2019-2020 film I Am Lisa, which I watched like 2 weeks ago. But the fun thing is Jacob's coming up here in preparation to go to LA for the premiere. So we will record this one together at my house. So it'll be a little something different. And if you don't subscribe to the bonus show, you know, the way to get that is to go to patreon.com/werewolfbynightpodcast and subscribe at the 5, 10, whatever level to get the video version of the bonus show. Because when I'm talking about the Scourge and whatever issue he's in that week, there's images. I'm doing editing. I'm doing some fancy stuff. There's moves, there's zooms, there's masks, there's all kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah, you can burns the shit out of that stuff.
If you're just listening to it, you're getting like a third of the experience.
Yeah,
However, I understand if that's how you take your podcast, but I am making it for the visual consumption. Lastly, I mentioned on a previous episode that I had done some translation and closed captioning for a Mexican superhero /spy /whatever movie called Rocambole versus the Scorpion Sect. And I had done that in the Christmas time when I was bored off work, and I realized I should probably actually share that with people, because the reason I did it was because I wanted to know what people were doing in the film. So I put it up on YouTube. So if you go search for Rocambole, Rocambole, versus the Scorpion Sect, it's got English subtitles burned in, and I spent a lot of time on it, and I think I got it okay. That's my weak Spanish, but anyway, check it out. It's open to the public.
Oh, it's super cool you did that.
I am super cool, yeah. My current project right now is the 3 Supermen movies from Italy, which went from 1967 through 1985. I'm doing one of their 70s ones, which is their spaghetti western spoof, where they go through a time machine back to the Old West. And I am working off of French subtitles, translating those and localizing them into English and building captions out of those. It's a slow slog, and it's a shitty fucking movie.
Yeah.
But there are no English subtitles, and I don't like that.
I know you don't. I know. It sticks in your craw, wakes you up at night even.
It does. Speaking of which, I had awful insomnia last night. I slept 2 hours.
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry.
I think it's LA related. I don't think I'm ready to make the scene.
I think you're going to totally be fine.
Okay.
I have so many pep talks I'm ready to give you.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Well, thanks for listening this week. Yeah, check out the bonus show, and I'm excited to talk to you again when Jacob and I have some LA stories. Not the Steve Martin one, just some other unrelated LA stories. Till we meet again, neath the full moon, furry ones, here's howling at ya.